Go ahead and start sharing it up. Go ahead and start sharing it up with the peeps. That's right. Our delirious dads, gamers.
Are we muted right now? Remember you?
No, we're not. We're not muted. Remember,
Okay.
I said we were just going to start going with it?
Yeah,
It's
because
just too much.
You keep forgetting to unmute when we launch the show.
Yeah, it's just too much. Too much stress to handle, yo.
Episode
Anyway.
26, man.
Episode 26. Golly, we're getting old, bro. Getting old.
I see so many podcasts that only have like 7 or 8 episodes and then they quit all the time.
Not us. We got that never say die attitude. You know? Never gonna die, just gonna keep on rolling. And when I do die, we're gonna have like a live video feed of my dead body sitting in this chair, rigor mortis and all.
In a wake.
Yeah. No, I won't be awake, I'll be dead.
No, we'll have a wake.
Oh,
That way,
we'll
just in
have
case-
a wake.
Just in case you're not dead, you'll have a chance to come back.
I got you.
That was funny that we had to explain that to Ethan.
Yeah. It was funny. I hope Ethan listens tonight. We got good things coming. Hopefully my mic is better this week.
I still hear your background fan that you said would be off when we started.
There is no background. There is no background fan. That's my computer, bruh. Bruh.
Whoa, coming at me with that kind of sound quality?
Yep, that's what you're getting, bro. Until I can afford to buy some silencers around here to absorb some sound, you know?
How's mine, actually? Do I have my AC on in the back?
You sound good, but, you know, every time I tell you sound good, you know, we end up not sounding good. So how would I know?
It's true.
Luckily, our listeners contact me via Facebook or email and
You're
let me
echoing,
know.
or we can't hear you at all. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you're echoing right there, and I was about to get angry.
Gotcha.
We were at that point. Tell you one thing, there is no airflow tonight, baby. That humidity outside just bumping it.
You didn't set that circulation up like you had with your fan over in the other doorway and all that, Jeff?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. Not this time.
Why not?
Claire broke it.
Your brand new fan?
Yep. Smash that fan blade in half, son. So.
What a cheap little fan.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I think Epic Gamers. I can't find their group anymore. They're usually sharing there. Sorry, guys. If you're an Epic Gamer guy, I don't know if they just kicked us off of sharing. I mean, the group's not even listed in my group, so it's kind of, but they've always acted like they had no problem with us sharing them. So, oh well. Guess we won't share them. So I guess I'm ready. They usually just share to 3 that allow it. That one's gone. So I'm ready to roll. Ready to walk and roll.
You ready to walk on low? Hey, will you check and see if the group got it yet? I want to make sure we get it into the group before we go.
I don't even know how. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
So true. I just don't want to know how, because then I have responsibilities.
Right. There we go.
You want me to check the group? See if it's up. Let's see.
Should be in there because I shared it. So if not, we'll just get started.
I'm a pretty popular guy, so.
Yeah, you're a pretty big deal.
I am. It is live.
It is live. We'll do it live. Okay.
Where's that? What's that from? I recognize that.
That's so
We'll do it live.
Bill O'Reilly when he's like he doesn't know the camera's still going, and they're like in the off deal, and he's mad. He's like, "F it, we'll do it live. Just F it." Just has a freak out.
Just so you know, I can hear myself. Big time. Echoing on your end. I'm gonna turn this AC down a notch just in case it's affecting the sound, and it will roll.
We're just waiting on Ryan, guys, and then we'll be ready to get going here. Excited to have you guys in the video stream. Should be an awesome night. All right, keep those headphones still, bro. Know what I'm saying?
I do. That's what I do.
Glued to them ears.
That's what I do.
All right, guys, we're about to go live on the recording. So sit back, enjoy the show. We've got a lot planned for you. Tonight on the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Why so scary?
Winner, winner, pork dinner. Or is it chicken?
It's definitely chicken.
Alright guys, welcome for another episode of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast. Ryan was taking a drink and we caught him live.
I take drinks the whole time.
Nah, never.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so tonight guys, as you can see, we're still all by ourselves, the two-man duo.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah,
Or
wah.
because, you know, some of you may prefer it. We don't know.
Yeah,
I just spit right here, like a little spit on my lip.
Did you? I could tell Hunter was getting a hankering for the old podcast today, though, because he sent out a thing. Was like, "Hey, are you guys covering a certain subject tonight?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you missed it. You got the itch, bro.
We got it without you, bro.
Yeah, we got this, bro.
Remind us. We didn't miss you.
You need to be rocking that baby. You know, popping them bottles, changing them pull-ups and diapers. You know, whatever.
Yeah, she's a newborn. She's not wearing pull-ups,
man. Sorry, jeez. I'm just used to having a toddler, you know? God.
Yeah.
It's so much easier, though, Hunter, once you have pull-ups. Just so you know. Pull-ups are awesome. That's when it's like, now if we just get the whole pooping in the potty thing down, it would be wonderful.
I think Claire has it down. She just chooses not to at opportune times.
Yeah, well, she's just playing the game. You know,
right.
She's
running the long game.
Yeah, she's out there hustling, you know, as pimps do it, and she's, you know, not gonna poop until she's getting ready. So
you just called your recently 3-year-old daughter a pimp. I like
it. Pretty much.
At least we're being honest.
A pimp to the turds. I don't know.
She does run the show there.
She does.
Oh, a pimp to the turds.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. She owns them. She owns them and only lets them go out when she says yes.
Shut up your mouth.
Shut up your mouth. Golly. Well, last week, last Saturday, well, Sunday was officially her birthday, but last Saturday we had the superhero bash. Ryan and his daughter and wife came out, and actually Hunter and his wife and the newborn, little Rhett, came out, and
I'm surprised they made it.
Yeah.
Chilling at his house, but it's good to get out when you've been locked in. He had that look like he'd been locked in too. Like,
oh yeah, he had that raccoon eyes going. You know, I've not slept in a while, or you know, a good amount of hours. So yeah, it was good. It was a busy weekend, and did not think anything about gaming at all. I don't think. But we did run into a friend of ours who is going to be helping us with some board games, guys. He's definitely a board game enthusiast, And so we discussed with him maybe having him come on once a month or something, and just kind of having a special segment where we get a little bit of board gamage for yourself, your friends, your family, something to play with the kiddos. And we'll have some really cool adult stuff on there too.
We've been meaning to bring up board games since we started the podcast. Like, I think we talked about that we would, and we just haven't.
Yep.
But we do enjoy some good board games, and we are always looking for new ones that are fun. And, Clint gets into a little bit deeper ones than I do, but I think both of us are kind of like medium level.
You mean Clint wastes his money on the deeper ones? Because what happened, guys? Let's just throw it out there. I'm sure at some point our buddy Chad will talk about it, but let's just be honest with it. I bought Dead of Winter, and it takes a while to set up. Probably a good 30-minute setup.
But that's not even a deep role play game. That's medium. That's what I'm saying. Me and you like that game, though we don't get the wives to play it often. That's the level we like.
Right.
You could play a few that are maybe a little deeper than that one, right? Role play wise. Past that one is a little much for me. I do some role plays with some of the youth from church who write their own role plays, and they come up with scenarios. I do some of that with them, and it's fun. Because it's like everybody I know, so we're just having fun hanging out.
Right.
But like if I were to go like just with a group and get serious about like some real in-depth nerding out role play, I'm a geek dad, I'm a gamer dad, but I have a certain threshold. You know what I mean? I'm not quite that.
I feel you on that. I will tell you,
Chad goes all the way though. Like he plays all different levels from super deep to
from very simple to super deep. And so that's kind of why I wanted him to come out and help us on the segment, because I played enough with him to know that he's not just super into it to where no one will want to play, and he's not, he's not above playing the little 5-minute card games or the the good hour and a half game. But
John, he plays some of those deeper games too.
Yeah,
like
I know you're saying
Gathering, but he plays some other stuff that are kind of deep like that.
Yeah, I will tell you one time, me and my buddy Darby out of Oklahoma City, we were one time got a wild hair, and we were like, hey, let's go to the local board game shop and we'll get a board game. And we wanted to do something that was like D&D, so we played World of Warcraft and played the Elder Scrolls type games. So we were into the fantasy element stuff, the RPGs, and we got Pathfinder. And we set that sucker down, and man, I tell you what, we got into it, and it was so in-depth. At a certain point, the lazy gamer kicked in. And what I mean, guys, by the lazy gamer is, I'm used to World of Warcraft. They keep track of all the math, all the items that I have, all my spells, all that stuff for me.
It's an in-depth game. It's all automatic.
Yeah. And so I was like, dang. Like, we just looked at each other like, we just play WoW and do the same thing we're doing here. So for us, having to manage all that stuff was not fun, and so we gave up within an hour and a half. We were like, no, we could just go play an RPG game to do it for us. But hey, for those who have the patience and are willing to do it,
there is a different level of interaction and stuff like that happens on a board game. You know what I mean? So it is different than playing a computer game or something like that. But
yeah,
I enjoy the more lighthearted stuff because we're family guys. So we usually have our wives with us and things like that. We can't get into those deep games anyway. So I'll just blame it on them instead of my lack of intelligence and longevity.
For sure. Maurice, thanks for the tip, bro. Had to add in the old webcam, and for some reason it kicked on the audio on the cam and the microphone. So you're a lifesaver. Thank you for saving the stream.
You didn't mute it?
Huh? No,
you didn't mute it when you added back in? I even told you to. I love it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hey, I had a lot going on, bro.
It's all right. I forgive you. Yeah.
It's always something every stream. I'm going to do something that's going to cause that domino effect.
But all you got to do is just blame Annalise. Like, when you got a new baby, you're just still considered new. That's still new. Yeah. Still counts.
But
it's not as new as Hunter. Like, Hunter kind of trumps you now.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, these things are going on. My head's just not on straight. You can just blame that. That's why it's delirious dad's gaming. It's not legit, perfect business dad's gaming.
Right. But I will say Annalise is like a great baby, so I really can't blame a lot on her.
She is.
I blame Claire for everything. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Still.
But at some point, you got to blame Annalise just so Claire
to deflect. Yeah.
Yeah, just so Claire doesn't feel like it's always her.
Yeah.
Even if it is always her, you should just blame Annalise.
Just blame Annalise. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm digging that. I'm digging that. Oh man. Well, guys, we got quite the show planned up. We're actually switching it up on you. Ryan's going to be bringing us some gaming news tonight, and then I'm going to be talking about kind of a game review / game discussion more, I would say. And then we're also going to discuss some cool little Easter egg stuff in honor of Hunter not being here, you know. Couldn't do a quiz, so I had to come up with something creative.
I do miss the quizzes, you know.
Yeah.
We gotten to the point to where those little competitions are like every 2 or 3 episodes we have one.
Yeah, they're fun.
This is 3 episodes now. We don't have one today, so it's kind of like I feel like we should. Yeah.
But you can't really do it with 2
people.
Yeah. It's just not enough going on there.
I actually debated like bringing a recipe today, like
Oh, really?
Just missing his flavors.
Okay, I got you.
Play on word. You know
missing the juices. I got you.
Whoa.
No. Wow. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that was fun. I'll go there again later. We'll dip into that well here in a little bit.
Am I going to dip into the well of news, or are you going to dip into the well of review?
Ooh, you're going to hit me with the review first? I'll go with the review first, then we'll hit with the news. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's do that. We'll do review, news, then we'll hit it with some Easter eggs. I like that.
I mean, your review is a game we both played, so we'll both be able to talk about it.
It'll be good. It'll be good. We'll go with that. All right. Let's transition.
Order! Order in the court! What's your plea?
I'm sorry.
This is the final verdict.
All right, guys, it's time for the final verdict. This is our version of a game review / game analysis. And we haven't played a lot of games, but we have played one game that I think everybody's heard of. If you've not heard of it, you've been living under a rock, or you just don't play very many video games. But
we actually didn't play this game for a long time.
Yeah, we did not.
Popular for a long time. We
did not.
Started playing a little bit.
Hunter's probably going to want to kick me, actually, for talking about this game and him not being here. I just thought of that. Yeah.
Well, we'll bring in, when Hunter gets back, he can give in his 2 cents. And we'll go like flashback, you know what I mean?
That works for me.
Yeah.
Well, the game we're going to be talking about today, guys, is, I said in the intro, I said winner, winner, pork dinner. And I said, no, I think it's chicken. That's a reference to winner, winner, chicken dinner on PUBG. That's like a saying they have in the game. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about PUBG, guys.
What does PUBG stand for?
Players Unknown Battlegrounds.
Yes. That's one of those things that I didn't know that it stood for anything until we went to play.
Yeah.
I've never heard it.
You didn't know it was actually a thing?
PUBG.
Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about PUBG. We, the Delirious Dads, finally got to experience the Promised Land, and we got blown to smithereens multiple occasions.
Ripped.
I mean, so let's talk about the game first. I will say the game itself is a little glitchy on PC. I don't know if it's any more stable on like PS4 or Xbox, but I felt like on PC it has some stuttering issues every once in a while. So I had to turn the graphics down, and I got a gaming PC, so I was like, well, what's the deal? Is my computer sucking, or what's going on here? And I looked it up, and they were saying that the game itself isn't the most optimized. So even on high-end rigs, you still don't get that smooth gameplay that you should be getting, if that makes sense.
It was definitely a lot smoother once we realized turn it way down.
Yeah.
Which, we haven't really played many first-person shooters since we transitioned to PC.
Yeah.
Like, you've been on PC for a while, but you weren't playing first-person shooters.
No.
And so we've played a few, like Fortnite, right? Well, Fortnite's kind of, I guess they're both third-person, depending on which version you're playing on PUBG.
Right.
But we haven't played that style really much. And then one of the guys we were playing with, Aaron, who's really good, actually, and he's who made it funner, because we actually, our team
learned
would
something.
Get some kills.
We learned something. Yeah.
Yeah. he told us, you just want to rack that like all the way as low as you can stand it,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll just smooth out the gameplay. And it did. It changed.
Yeah.
The graphics didn't look great, but the game was much, much better.
Yeah, yeah. So you give away a little bit on the game itself. As far as
We're
gameplay,
kind of graphic snobs though, so that stinks to me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I like seeing
we are graphic snobs, but the gameplay itself was fun. I think the maps are very intuitive as far as they're huge, they're easy to get around. I never really felt that I felt stuck in an area, so to speak. I mean, you see a vehicle, you literally just jump in it and go. I like that aspect of it. The game itself, as far as like shooting, is very realistic. So one thing I will say about this game, it borrows some things from games like DayZ. It plays like those in a way to where, it's very realistic. So, when you're sniping someone, you can't just get them within the crosshair and shoot. You're going to actually have to try to figure out, okay, how high up does my, crosshair need to be to actually land the shot, that kind of thing. So
the big thing that stood out to me was the fact that not only did different guns have different bullet drops, different guns just within single shot, like sniper rifles, had different speeds of bullet. They had the velocity was different.
Yeah.
And so the timing was different. And that was very, I really haven't played many games like that other than games that are specifically for sniping. I've played some sniping games like that, but not first-person shooters, against each other having to figure that stuff out. No,
oh, yeah.
I'm talking about playing against some NPCs and stuff.
I'll tell you, whenever I first got like an AK on there and I was super pumped, I'm like, sweet, got me a assault rifle, this is going to be sweet. And aimed up at a dude and freaking started shooting. And I mean, that gun just straight up into the air.
Oh, yeah.
So
like, my dude needs to lift some weights, man.
Yeah.
He can control this thing.
So recoil on the game is definitely legit as well. You have to plan for that recoil to affect your shooting, so you have to adjust
you make
your
sure
aim
you got to get the
based
grips
on that.
and suppressors and the things you need for that gun. Yeah.
Yep. The grenades and stuff are realistic. I liked, there was one thing that Aaron showed us. You can get like a frying pan and you can actually wear it on your butt area. And so it like protects that whole back area there. If a bullet hits it, it doesn't actually you don't actually take damage. So I thought that was pretty funny.
And it's probably like everybody knows all this because PUBG's been out, but we're just giving our verdict on it, guys.
Right.
Of us. Sometimes we play games that have been out because we get a chance to.
Yeah.
And we're learning all this like it's fresh.
We finally touched it, guys. We finally touched it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But graphics wise, with it turned up, it looks good. It's just
it's good
I just couldn't play it at the top of the game. So.
I couldn't even play it with Shadow.
Yeah.
Even on Shadow, which has no problem running any game, it was a little glitchy with it turned up. It was definitely an optimization issue, not a computer issue.
Mm-hmm. So another good thing about this game, guys, is the game is supported. PUBG is still, I think last I heard, people have made fun of the game saying it's dead because of how big Fortnite's gotten, but it's really not. I think they have like 855,000 people, something like that.
We had no problem finding
still
people
playing the game.
Yep. Now we did play again. I'm not used to being in lobbies with people from all over the world.
True.
Speaking different languages and all that kind of stuff. So that might be because it's died down a little bit, and so PUBG combined everything.
Yeah,
so I was wondering, why did they do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's been like that since the beginning, but
I mean, we did meet some UK guys and stuff like that, and we had a blast playing with them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still, sometimes you meet a lot of people that didn't speak your language, which we run into that on DayZ, so we kind of got used to that,
right?
Because of DayZ.
Yeah, you get some French or some, Brazilian or
Russians.
Different kind of accents. Definitely a lot of Russian, which I just thought was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too.
But so they're still updating the game, and so I wanted to talk about some updates that have come to the game as well. This was posted on June 25th. They introduced the Deagle handgun to the game, so it can deal 62 damage per shot. It's a pretty big gun. They also added ledge grab, which is something we didn't experience yet. But basically, it's going to allow you to
pull yourself up,
climb on rough edges, fences, and obstacles.
Okay.
So you can kind of move around on the edges. Something I don't think they had that whenever we played it. So they improved the gas can. So added strategic elements to the gas can, an item that can be used to have few advantages to loot. And then they adjusted the explosion radius on that. They've tweaked like radio messages. I guess you can send radio messages via handheld radios in the game. So yeah,
I'll tell you something I was really impressed with the game, which was actually kind of like I didn't expect it at all, was the difference in the way that different vehicles drove.
Yeah.
They drove very specific to the kind of vehicle you were in. It wasn't like a little bit of variation. It was like, oh, this is a big four-wheel drive Bronco. Oh, this is a station wagon.
Right.
Oh, this is definitely a motorcycle. You know what I mean? Oh. Yeah. Then that weird little three-wheel car with a wheel in the front that has like no control at all. That's exactly how those
wobbles
drive.
all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. The fact that they put time into that. So it really actually matters what vehicle you grab depending on what you're about to try to do. And so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was very good. So, yeah. And as far as your voice chat and things like that, the communication's good in the game. We never really had any issues with not being able to hear people. You know, some games you get into and the servers are kind of glitch out their voices or make them sound funny, like different. Never had any of those issues. So overall, you know, the progression system of the game didn't seem too bad. I didn't feel like I had to go buy anything with money cosmetically. Of course, we didn't get a lot of kills, so...
Oh, yeah. What were your thoughts if you were to compare, like, we haven't played the Fallout 76 Battle Royale, right? And we haven't played H1Z1.
I played it a little bit on PlayStation.
A while ago?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Okay. Well, you could compare that one, too, if you
yeah.
Between that one, what do you call it?
Fortnite.
PUBG. Yeah, Fortnite and Apex Legends. Where does that fall for you? Like, this is my style of game, or... Like, which one of those is more Clint?
I feel like...
Now, of course, we're talking about if we actually had time to get good.
Yeah.
None of those games are we any good, and that's just because we don't have time these days.
I feel like...
But if it was back in the day and we got to play all the time, which one would we be playing?
I feel like PUBG. PUBG would be it. I feel like I played H1Z1. It's a little too arcadey for me. It's got more of an arcade feel to it, almost. It wants to be PUBG, but it's like PUBG with some arcade elements. I don't know. Just maybe the way it plays. It's not even that it plays much different. It's just, I think the maps are smaller on H1Z1. Don't quote me on that, guys. It's just, that's the way it felt when I played it.
See, for me, I'd have to pick probably Apex. Even though I liked the way PUBG played and it was more realistic, I liked Apex because of the classes.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And if we had time to work together, we could probably really learn those different characters to our advantage, and you don't have that ability so much with PUBG. And so really that's my only reason. I like both of them kind of equally, but I think if we were really
I guess I wasn't considering Apex as much.
Right.
In that realm.
Because it's quite a bit different game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But usually when we're into one first-person shooter team game, like back in the day, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and then Black Ops, and the different games we used to play all the time.
Right.
We're usually into one at a time. So that's what I was saying. If we were playing one, it'd be a hard choice.
I would say it'd be between PUBG and Apex. It wouldn't be Fortnite, and it wouldn't be H1Z1. No way, Jose. So that's kind of my feeling.
We haven't tried Fallout 76 either, guys. I know that one's doing really well.
Yeah. I need to. Once the price comes down on that, I need to check it out. We should have got on it that weekend. It was free, but we were just really busy. Never got a chance to hop on it.
Was it just a trial weekend?
Yeah. I think you could go in, download it, try it for the weekend, get hooked, and then play. Pretty much.
Gotcha.
But yes, Rowdy, I do look like a fuzzy potato. I appreciate it. I look like a very trim potato. Okay, let's make sure you put that in there too. Oh, now I want some French fries. Anyway, but yeah, so the game overall, I think is a solid game. They have work to do. Still supporting it. I don't know that they're doing as many updates as Fortnite's doing, but if I had to give it a rating for a battle royale, I would say for me, and don't hit me, guys, don't hate me. I would have to say I'm going to give it a 7.0 out of 10 as far as the Battle Royale genre goes.
Yeah, but that's kind of saying that there's just not anything that is a 9 in that genre.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, I don't know. I would say
Apex is up there because of it's a little better built, right?
Yeah,
It's a little better running game.
it feels solid. It feels solid.
Yeah.
They just don't have as many updates as the others do, so they're playing that behind game.
Yep,
So,
that's another reason I would probably drop Apex in a little bit above.
Yeah, so I'd say
PUBG.
out of Battle Royale, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. If it's against all other games, I've given it like a 6.5.
Okay. That's too far out of range.
Hey, Ratty's
Not my opinion.
wanting to donate to the Fallout 76 cause, and then he says you half-eaten potato. I like it. That means I'm losing weight, so I can dig that.
Oh yeah, if you're not a full fuzzy potato anymore and you're a half-eaten potato,
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm literally shredding pounds while we do the podcast.
Yeah, you're back in that hot room with no ventilation or anything.
Yeah, next episode you'll just see me
Yeah.
on a stationary bike, the old school wrestling
Mm-hmm.
days. Just over here getting it.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Well, what would you give it, Ryan? What would you give if you had to rate it? I don't know that you planned on rating it, but if you had to.
Yeah, I'll rate it. Back in the day, it's not really fair to rate it the way you got to remember, guys, we don't play that much.
Hey, real
So-
quick. Also, guys in the chat, you can put in your rating as well if you're interested.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
If back in the day, we'd play a game a lot, and so it kind of had a little bit more of a fair chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you always like a game more if you're good at it. So I'm gonna say it's a 6.5, 7, right with you. If we were able to play it enough to get good at it, it may be an 8, 8.5 even, right? That would all depend on if we could get to the point to where we get to that kind of addicted mode where we're in and we got a good squad going and we're murking people and we're kind of working together on that kind of gameplay. But without that, it can't get up to that point for me.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a little contingent on our playability right now, not just the game.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
There's no such thing as an unbiased review, right? So
Right.
I'm just
yeah.
giving my
It's
honest, biased opinion.
your honest, biased opinion. Okay.
Right.
I can dig that. Hey, another thing I will say, they are mobile. So, is Fortnite mobile yet? Did they go mobile? I think they did, didn't they?
Fortnite?
Yeah, they're mobile
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they've been mobile. Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do these people do mobile? Do they hook the controller up to the phone or?
No, they play on the phone.
Oh.
Yep.
I don't know how
Some guys, actually, it's funny because I was watching a streamer the other day who I guess was being accused for playing with a controller on his phone, but streaming his mobile game, and that's why he was so good. And people were saying, look, he's too quick. No way he's using a phone. And he was basically calling him out, saying, bull crap, you could tell I'm using a phone because of this and that. And then he set up a camera behind him so you could see him on the screen using the phone.
Just tearing people up.
Because some guys do that. They hook up a controller and they play mobile, but they're
Right.
got a little bit of an advantage. Kind of like Xbox guys who play with the mouse and keyboard.
Right.
It's the same kind of thing. Yeah.
For sure. I got someone trying to buy me Fallout 76.
Yeah. Take it.
Making business deals. Of course I want it. Of course. Ah.
Hey, we'll have the Patreon set up soon, hopefully, and he can
Donate to
Donate
that
to the
cause
whole
and we
fund.
can just
Yeah.
buy games
Yeah.
for everybody,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Just delirious dad it up. All you have to do is have a dad or be a dad, Ratty. That's all. So that's your next challenge in life. Have a baby. No, I'm kidding. Only have a baby if you're ready.
Yeah, and you can definitely be a fan of our show and a donator, Rowdy.
Yeah,
Even if you're not a dad.
for sure.
We still love you and your money.
Yep. Definitely your money. Definitely your money. Yeah, so I think that ends the PUBG discussion. Ryan, I think we're going to transfer over to the news. Everybody's wanting to know.
All right.
Everybody's wanting to know what's big in the news
What's cracking?
department. Yeah.
What's
crack-a-lackin'?
crack-a-lackin'? Well, I'll tell you what's not crack-a-lackin'.
What?
It's the name of the new Xbox. And I hope
Wait,
it's
hold
a
on. I didn't
temporary
even
name.
transition you yet. You're jumping the
I know,
gun.
but I'm just going to throw... Yeah, but everybody
Oh,
already
okay.
knows this. It's not news.
Okay.
Yeah. But I will be talking about the Xbox in the story when we come back on. But
Mhm.
Let us know what you guys think. I don't know if it's a transition name, like a temporary name. You know how they do that sometimes, or if it's their real name. But I just think Xbox Scarlet is stupid. I'm just being, just gonna be straight. It sounds like Xbox. What's that show? 50 Shades of Grey. That's what Scarlet makes me think of. Like Xbox Risky. You know what I mean?
I just see the Xbox with Scarlett Johansson next to it as Black Widow.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. See, I think of the color Scarlet.
Oh, okay.
That goes along with it.
Yeah.
I get you. What you're saying.
It's very. I think they're trying to make it sound like what would you call that? A vixen. Your what do they call that? Whenever you got your significant other. You're cheating on your significant other with a mistress.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it sounds a little risky.
It's like
that's
your
why
mistress.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, that's where they're going with it.
Thanks for catching up.
Yeah. I like it.
All right, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Leaks for Geeks.
All right, guys. You have to forgive me. I've got a little bit of the lymph nodes are hurting, and I can feel my nose plugging as we're going, which it wasn't all day, but it's there right now. It's every once in a while I got to hit the mute button and kind of hit the sniff. So forgive me. Anyways, Xbox Scarlet. You can't really talk about Xbox Scarlet and not talk about the X Cloud, right? Because they're kind of together. The X Cloud's going to roll out first, but the Xbox Scarlet games are going to come along into the X Cloud soon after. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of this. They're kind of partnering the two together, if that makes sense. So
man, I tell you what, Xbox needs help on naming these systems. X Cloud and Xbox Scarlet.
It's horrible. Like X Cloud. I mean, you couldn't come up with something better because it's Xbox Cloud Gaming. You're going to call it X Cloud. I'm with you. It's just like.
It's like
who got paid $50,000 to come up with that?
I don't know.
I want to be that guy.
Should have been us.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, xCloud, we know what that is. That's the we don't want Google to take our shares. And then we've got Xbox Scarlet, which is their normal console coming out. The news is, and this isn't official news, this is kind of like, they're leaking it out. And there's been some patents that have been filed. That kind of makes people go, oh, okay. And there's two main items in the news. Well, there's kind of three, but two for the console. And then the third one would be for the xCloud. xCloud news is the fact that it's going to debut at Gamescom, and people will actually get their hand on it and start testing it. Players will actually get to see how it runs, how smooth it is, and I think basically it said some people, European gamers, will be the first ones to really be able to get their hand on Project xCloud. I like how they call it Project xCloud. That kind of bring me back to the day when they had, remember Project Natal?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Before it became Connect.
Yeah, Natal. Yeah, I remember Peter Molyneux, promised the moon on Connect. Look at how you can interact with this boy. It's like, you lied on Fable, you lied on this demo, you're a liar.
Yep.
Good salesman, but someone needs to reel him back,
Okay, so that's kind of the cloud news. Of course, the cloud goes along with the console. So the console news is this: there has been patents filed for a controller, an Xbox controller, that is specifically built and operates like an Xbox controller.
Is it a Johansson?
Not a third-party controller.
Is it a Johansson controller?
It is a Johansson
Scarlett
controller.
Johansson?
That's crazy. How did you know that?
Oh.
You got to get your hands on Scarlett Johansson. Press all those buttons. What a weirdo. Anyways, so this controller is a snap-on, meaning it holds your phone.
A what?
So xCloud obviously is for mobile gaming, right? They want to get in a little piece of that. What do you call it? For the Google Stadia stuff.
Piece of that pie.
And also want to combat the old Nintendo. Not that they're stealing too much of their shares, but might as well take a dump on them, right? And so,
right. It's like, here you go. Here's your HD screen.
The patent is basically an adjustable controller that'll fit your phone within it, right? And so it feels like an Xbox controller, but you're playing on your screen. So you don't have to buy another something to carry around with you like the Switch.
I
It's
like
something
that.
you already have. We all have supercomputers on us already. And really, your phone's only going to be doing a very small amount of the computing, right? It's
Because it's
cloud
using the
gaming, guys.
xCloud.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys understand what cloud gaming is. That means all the processing is happening on a server somewhere else. That's the beauty of it. Now, we are getting better and better and better at lowering latency. We could have had cloud gaming 10 years ago. In all reality, we would have just had the biggest lag.
Ever.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of stole my joke. You didn't know it was a joke.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Well,
anyways.
no one on audio would know anyway, right? They'd just be like, what happened to my
Yeah,
audio?
they would have. They would have been silent for a second, and then I would have said ever. See how there was a lag there?
I beg
Yeah.
the
It
difference.
would have been good.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's my shtick.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking to it. And so I'm pretty interested in that. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that, if you were playing Xbox Cloud, and that means you're playing against real Xbox players, not mobile players. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like to have an Xbox controller. I don't want to play on my phone like we were just talking about. It's not a mobile game. It's an Xbox game mobile. There's a difference. And so I want to play with my controller, and I think I'd be into that. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm driving around, or I'm flying. I'm on the plane. I'm on a business trip.
Whatever
I'm in my
it takes.
Tesla, and it's driving for me. I'm over here just, getting it. Gamer dadding out. Anyways, number 2 is very interesting too. It's basically a little schnidbit out of the shadow gaming. So they're kind of picking little things from other people that other people have done, right? NVIDIA Shield's done it, right? They do a cloud gaming, right? And you get this little box that processes a little bit because your TV is not really optimized for gaming, right? And so does Shadow. Shadow, you can buy what's it called? A Ghost Box. I think that's what it's called. And it's basically kind of a virtual PC. I mean, it's basically a mini processor. It's not doing a whole lot, but it makes sure everything's real smooth and it works better than your TV will. It's optimized for shadow gaming, which is a PC gaming, if you guys don't know. So they're also talking about patents and stuff that have been filed. Basically, the fact that you may have an option, if you have good internet and everything and you're wanting to go the cloud direction, you may not need to buy Scarlett. You may be able to buy Thin Scarlett. Or Slim Scarlett, or whatever you want to call it. It'll be a mini little console.
Scarlett Johansson Light.
Yes. Scarlett Johansson Light. And you can buy that
without the creamer
at an estimated cost of $60 or $70 instead of a $700 console.
That's pretty nice, yeah.
And now you play on the cloud, but you have a console still set up, so you're not having to hope your TV works right with it and all that kind of stuff. And it's really kind of mobile. It's a little mini console. It's not holding any discs. It doesn't have a hard drive, nothing. You throw it in your bag with you, take it over to your buddy's house.
Boom,
you know what I mean?
You go.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You're going on a business trip, you're in a hotel, boom, plug it in.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. Yeah, I think that's some pretty good news. So we might have a mini shell of Scarlett, basically. And then you may have people would say, well, why would you even need a shell of Scarlett if you're playing, on TV, if you're playing cloud. Well, because if you're playing through the cloud, just like you need the controller and the way to play with your phone, you need that same thing kind of, even on your TV and things like that. It'll make things much smoother if you have a dock, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What would you call that? It's not even a hub. That'd be like a...
It's almost like just your processing unit. Like even whenever you get in the shadow, it's probably better to have the computer. It probably works better on the computer because the computer's going to run that video feed better than the TV is going to run the video feed.
Right.
Because the TV probably doesn't have as good of a graphics card in it.
I think the biggest thing it's going to help with is latency. That's what we're going to see. Because that's where the Ghost comes in, right? Because you can play Shadow on like an Android TV box.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a pretty big loss of latency. Or you can play on the Ghost, and it's actually optimized to where it does better than some people's computers.
Okay.
So I bet it's around the same idea. It has to do with that optimization. You know what I mean? Whichever, for gaming, we all know latency is where it's at. Nobody wants to go over to cloud gaming if we can't keep latency.
Right. We don't want to be getting shot in the face because we were 4 seconds behind that other dude.
Right.
Makes a big difference.
And so, Next on my list is Dragon Ball Z, or what is it called? Dragon Ball Fighter Z, the game. Right?
Okay. Okay.
They have a new download character. You heard me on the intro. I can't even remember what I said. I said, "Ooh, that's too much spookier. That's too much scary." I can't even remember what I said, guys, because that was like a year ago. But you probably remember what I said. And it's because quite a few of my stories are kind of on the scary side of gaming, or on the dark side. This one's not scary, but it's on the dark side. The new download character, which a lot of people are excited about, that was leaked by Nintendo UK and was only up for a couple days, and then the page was taken down. But
is it a Gigan Ghost?
It's not a Gigan Ghost.
Oh, okay.
It's not. No.
Sorry.
It is. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce it. I think it's Janamba, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't sound scary, but he's a demon of pure evil. He's a character that is a demon.
Straight up exorcist. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And he is the one that has been leaked to come next.
Okay.
So if some of you have been wondering what's the next release for the character, it's pretty sure that it's going to be old Janamba. Obviously, Janamba. Whatever
or
it is.
Ganamba.
Jan.
Or Ganamba.
Or maybe it's. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Giganticor. Or what was it? Gigantamax. Something like that.
Gigantamaxing.
Yeah, Gigantamaxing.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll never live that one down.
No.
Go back to episode like 20,
might not live this one down.
22, I think that was. Yeah. No, this one's fine. Everybody knows I'm not a Dragon Ball Z type guy. I'm not really an anime guy, but it's a big game, right? A lot of people like it.
Yeah.
And it's a big show and all that kind of stuff, so figured I'd let you guys know.
That's exciting.
The Demon of Pure Evil is coming next.
Better hide your children, hide your wives. That pure evil coming to your house.
Good. Okay, I got a couple things for you guys that aren't games. Is that okay? Because aren't we kind of like, we're gamers and we're dads, but aren't we also like nerds too? Like, we geek out on shows. And
well, I mean, Hunter tried to do a whole movie review on the show one time.
Yeah. But I'm not doing that. But I do want to mention to you guys that there is and I know Clint won't care because he likes it. He's a B-flick movie guy, and he loves
huge B-flick
some good old Stephen King's.
Yeah.
And I know he loved It.
Yes.
Which was an epic win.
Yeah.
Well, there is an It 2 coming out.
Yes.
Yep.
Definitely hide your children. Hide your children for that one.
Hide your children.
Because that clown's going to eat them.
Wives. Okay, listen. Listen, guys. This movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
Wow.
Yeah. So they released the runtime. That's our first little sneak peek about what's coming. They're expecting to do better than they did on number one. Number one brought in $327 million worldwide. And this one has really got a lot of time and effort, sweat and tears poured into it. And so people are pretty pumped for it. So I'll just give you guys a little.
I'm betting it's going to be better than the first one because this is where the adult part comes in. The adult version of the kids. So you're going to be going forward and backwards in time. To their present time and to when they were kids. And I feel like when you mix adults in with the scary monster, you get more because I just feel like there's more action to it. Yeah.
Yep.
Although, I mean, in it, spoiler, guys, they did rip a kid's arm off. So, I mean, that was pretty intense.
I mean, it's not it if you don't rip a kid's arm off.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know?
That's true.
Even back in the old one, it pushed every limit it could. It was kind of one of those.
Yeah.
You know? And I think this will be the same way. This one, they seem to be pumped about. I'm pumped about it.
Oh, yeah. I'll be there.
It's on its way. There's another show that is coming out. Actually, just came out, I think, yesterday.
Okay.
And I should have looked it up, and I just remembered because I think we're going to watch it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Boys.
I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah,
kind of a superhero kind of feel to it. But it seems kind of maybe darker, like a more serious tone.
Yeah. And it's its own storyline, its own characters.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you guys from my own perspective, one of my top, if I say I got 10 shows ever that are like my top 10 list, Heroes was in that top 10.
Yeah.
I loved Heroes. And this isn't quite Heroes. It's different. I'm glad they're not just copying Heroes like they tried to with Heroes Reborn, which just completely bombed. But I like those kind of shows, and I really like them if they're well produced, and you get new characters. Like I like seeing all these DC and Marvels and all this kind of stuff, but I love something that's original, and that's what I really liked about Heroes. So this show, it's a Amazon Prime original, and when they release the whole season, just like Netflix does. So it's 8 episodes, first season. It's all out. Check it out. Stream it.
Hey, do you have any cartoons?
There are streaming sites out there you can use.
Do you have any cartoons on your list that you're going to talk about?
Cartoons. Oh, yeah, I already did. Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay. Well, because I just want to interject one, because you talking about the boys and talking about it then spawned the idea in my head. I want to let everybody know, if you're a kid from the 90s, which I'm thinking most of the dads that are Delirious Dads gamers were either in their teenage or middle school or elementary-ish ages in the 90s. Netflix is launching Rocko's Modern Life.
Really?
I forget what the subtitle part was to it, but it's going to be a whole.
What do you mean? Is it new?
It's a Yes, it's a Netflix original series
really?
reboot of.
I wonder
Rocko,
if it's more adult.
And
it was already kind of adult back then. Like,
and he's coming.
Shouldn't have been watching it.
And he's coming to the current time period. So it's like the 2000s is crazy, and it like shows like
really?
somehow him and the cow. I forget the cow's name, but they end up in space.
Modern Life.
Yeah, they end up in space.
The cow's name is Heifer or something.
Heifer, yeah. They end up in space in the trailer. They're in space, like floating around, and they somehow get back. And when they land, they happen to land right exactly in their neighborhood.
Now, wasn't the cow a boy cow but had udders for some reason?
Yeah,
wasn't it kind of a weird? See, there was some
almost like
there.
a Ren and Stimpy kind of take to it, but not so raunch. In a way.
Not quite. You're the pitcher. I'm the catcher. Not like all the way Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
I never realized that stuff was in a Ren and Stimpy until I got older, and I was like, "What the heck?"
No wonder it was controversial.
I remember looking it up, thinking this must be an adult Ren and Stimpy. This isn't what I was watching, and there is no adult Ren and Stimpy.
Right.
That was
That's
it.
Ren and Stimpy.
That's why I wasn't allowed.
They play
to watch
with sexuality in the show.
Oh
like,
man!
Is it a boy or a girl? And are they a couple? Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one.
So Rocko's Modern Life is rebooted.
I'm down on some Rocko's.
Yeah.
You know, it's because these adult cartoons are doing so well these days. You got, you know, stuff like Bo Jackman.
Yeah.
Or Bo, isn't that what it's called?
Yeah, Bo Jackman, of course, Rick and Morty.
The horse. Yeah, Rick and Morty. Yeah.
Tearing it up.
Yeah. Anyways, last thing on the scary list.
Okay.
I think. It just happened to be the news was scary today. and I actually was not entertained by this movie when it was out. And so normally I wouldn't even mention this game. But since I had my scary list going, and I'm kind of a nostalgic guy, and I've been waiting for a good scary game, Blair Witch is becoming a game.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this being
it's been in development. It was announced at E3, I think, and I think it didn't get on our radar.
We just brushed past it. I think we just brushed past it.
But I don't think they showed us a trailer or anything, and that's why we did. We're like, what is it? It's going to just suck.
Right. I think what they did announce was like kind of the text trailer, where it's like, boom, some spooky music, and then it shows the symbol, and then it says Blair Witch, the game, or something like that. Yeah.
Well, now there's a new trailer. You guys can go check it out. Basically, you're a character. From my perspective, from what I've seen so far, you look like you're a police officer or something like that who's in the woods investigating these disappearances and the things that have happened. You find the tapes and stuff like that, like you do in the movie. But you have a dog who's very much part of your search type deal. Like he's like a canine dog, and he helps you find stuff and helps you examine stuff. And this guy starts having very clearly, he calls them, I'm seeing visions, or almost it seems more like I'm seeing flashbacks of memories. So he's like seeing memories of other people who have experienced this witch or whatever.
Okay.
And starting to lose track with reality. The trailer looks really good.
So it may have like a condemned criminal warfare feel to it, where you're a cop with like getting some supernatural in there, like some investigative cool stuff.
It looks pretty twisted. You know what I mean? You know, in the movie there was never any creatures, right? Nothing ever actually happened.
Right.
That's what was weird about the movie. Like, what is this? We never found out anything.
Yeah.
Because it was meant to feel kind of real. They've taken this on its own path now. You know, like the game has demonic-looking creatures that are jetting around behind trees and look very intense.
Okay.
So it looked interesting. You know, they've been working on it for years. It's not a rushed game. And I guess for years, the who is it that owns that movie? It's not 20th Century
Is
Fox.
it Universal?
No, it's not Universal either. I can't remember who it is, but I guess they've been looking for someone to do the game for years.
Okay.
And finally have come together with this partner.
Figured out the right thing.
Yeah. Right.
Well, games like Amnesia and this other game, Visage, we need to play those games, by the way. We need to, as soon as I get some air in this room, or we need to come out to your place, one of the two, and stream some scary games together.
So from Demons in, what's it called? And Demons in the game as the download character for Dragon Ball Z, to Demons in the Woods, to Aliens in Arma.
What?
Exactly.
Is it a mod?
Yes, it's a whole new, basically, game that's coming out, kind of like DayZ.
Okay.
It's a release for Arma 3, right? It's a mod for Arma 3. And it's called Contact. It's not about, if you've ever played Arma, obviously it's not going to be about some mass alien invasion that you're fighting. That's not how Arma's set up. Arma is a in-depth, slower game.
Yeah, it's a military simulation game.
Yeah, so this is true to that. You are at ground zero when contact has happened, and your job is to investigate what is this. It takes out radios, it takes out, stuff like that. You got equipment that detect these creatures, or they're little, like what looks like maybe eggs. And so you're going through the process of even learning what it is. It's not like about the battle, though that does look like it comes, and you grow into it. It's got all kinds of new games, new cars, new gear. Or I said new games, new guns, new cars, new gear. It looks really good. Looks very interesting. If you like games like DayZ and stuff like that.
Is it going to be a single-player experience, like on the single-player server, or is it going to be a multiplayer experience?
It looked like it's multiplayer, but I didn't see anything in there that told me one way or the other in the article.
Okay.
So we can maybe do a little bit more research, but
the
preview made it look like a campaign.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it also had a couple scenes where it looked like the other people you were seeing moving around with you weren't what do you call it? Automated characters, AIs, whatever you call them. You know what I mean?
They're moving like players.
NPCs. Yeah, they look like they were real players.
Okay.
So interesting.
We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Maybe get it first and play it.
Here's late news. I don't even know that I should mention it, but I'll mention it real quick for you guys so you can just be sad about it. Now remember, this is Monday night, so most of the stuff's coming out Friday, so this will be really late, I guess, if they hear it. But there's a massive, what is a JRPG, Clint? You know that better than me. I know what RPG is. What's a JRPG?
A JRPG?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Japanese.
Probably. Is it Japanese?
It's definitely a Japanese game. Yeah.
Okay. Japanese RPG, yeah.
Yep. And this game is called Disgaea. It's a demonic, again, RPG game called Disgaea. It's supposedly huge. It's getting really popular and has been popular for a little while now. But it went free on Steam, and you missed it, guys, because it ended yesterday. So it went free on Steam for not forever, just to play for 3 days so you can get a taste of the game and decide if you want to buy it. Which means they may do that again. You know what I mean? Maybe something they do little trial deals. So keep your eyes out for that if you're interested.
I wonder what the regular price is. I'll look into that too.
Let me see if it says. It doesn't say in the article.
Okay. Well, we can look it up and find out. Yeah,
because this article was written actually while I was going.
Matter of fact, I'll look it up while you're telling the next story.
Okay. Next story would be Total War Community Manager. If you guys know, Total War is it's a game by Creative Assembly. It's basically and the community manager that was working for them on his last day after leaving, I guess he kind of stirred up some stink. And we've been talking about how there's a lot of politically correctness and all this kind of stuff in the gaming world nowadays, and you're not allowed to say things, and you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. People get fired over things that sometimes we think aren't that bad, and some other people think are real bad. Anyways, I guess on his last day, he told this guy, Ark Warhammer, who's a YouTuber, who plays that game, I guess, and kind of my impression is that he trashes the developers, right? He's kind of a trash talker.
Mm-hmm.
And he trashes the developers, and he says, basically the way they've put together the game is, what would you say? The way they put it together is lacking, and also they're real big on, what do you call it, being politically correct, and he trashes them for that because that's kind of his thing, the YouTuber, and he's always making fun of SJWs, and he's that kind of guy. And so he said that they're triggered and they're upset and blah blah blah, and they don't like him because he trashes them. Anyways, this guy on his last day, right before they call it a mic drop moment, which makes sense. But right before he got off, he said, "Ark Warhammer is a dickhead. Goodbye." And he signed off of his final stream, and it was his last day as a manager of that team. Well, I guess this guy got real serious about it and made a video saying this was Creative Assembly, which is the company. This is their statement, and he was representative of them. And so he was standing for them, and they're like, no, it was his last day. He knew it was his last day. And so he just went out with a bang. He has nothing to do with us. That doesn't reflect us. And obviously it's the opposite of our norm, even by your description. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So... So that's a little bit of stirring.
That was a
we get a lot of this kind of stuff. Yeah, but we get a lot of this kind of stuff in the streaming community and stuff.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Well, because it's live, you
kind
can't.
Of up and down.
Once it's out there, it's out there. So once you do it, you do it. Hey, that Disgayo's $15 on regular price.
Oh, okay.
Right now, it's on sale for the next 15 hours. It looks like it's on sale 70% off.
How did you pronounce that?
Disgayo.
Is that how that's pronounced?
I don't know.
Disgayo?
I don't know.
Yeah, you said it so confidently, like you knew. Made me feel bad, kind of.
No, I don't know for sure.
That's funny.
I just fear if I'm going to butcher it, I'm going to butcher it with confidence.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Okay, and then that way people might not question it as much. They're just going to go with it.
Aliens, witches, demons, some more demons, another demon in the beginning. We had some. I guess even the clowns are probably kind of demonic from it.
Yep, and then a guy calling another guy a dickhead.
Yep, and then we've got a demonic, what do you call it, Xbox video game namer, because who else would ever name it? Xbox Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end here...
And a Johansson controller.
At the end here, we've got the fight against the demonic spirits that come along with gambling, which Clint talked about last week, loot boxes and gambling, and all this jazz. Well... if you guys have been waiting for the update for Grand Theft Auto came out with a new update for their casino, right? They have an online diamond casino. Mm-hmm. Well, no surprise probably with everybody who's actually been paying attention to the news, but it is a surprise to some. It's not available in all countries.
Oh, wow.
You can download the content, but you cannot partake in the casino.
Oh, okay.
Because of laws prohibiting in different countries. So basically, and this is by Rockstar. It's not by the countries. It's Rockstar. They don't want to get in trouble. So they're basically limiting it to any countries they think they are going to get in trouble with.
Now, do they let them into the casino? They just can't gamble, or are they just shutting it down?
Yeah. Yeah, from my understanding, they're able to get the casino and into the casino. They just can't gamble. Now, this is not like loot box. This might be gambling.
It is
This
gambling.
is like a full-on real casino. You buy money in the game with real money, and you gamble in the game. It's a casino within Grand Theft Auto.
I like it.
So a lot of people are really excited about it because it's like
it's Grand Theft Auto
gambling. Yeah, it's online gambling games that people love.
Yeah,
but we get to do it for real money in Grand Theft Auto. We get to play blackjack and poker, and
golly,
I'm sure it's going to be huge.
Ryan, we got to get on that, bro. We've got the game. We need to get on
it
there.
Sounds fun.
With our $5 on Grand Theft Auto. Go in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Hey guys, here to play some blackjack.
Stream it live.
Yep.
Watch that money fall quick. It'd be the shortest stream we ever did, 10 minutes.
Yep.
$5 gone. I hope the money kind of stretches, right? Like some online gambling sites, your money amounts to a lot more money. So you get a lot more gameplay out of $5 than you would at a real casino.
Right.
Hopefully it's the same way.
Well, and here you can go and you can, rob a couple stores or something in the game. Make a little money, make a little cash. So, No what?
No, you can't do that.
Oh, you can't use your regular in-game money?
No, because you're winning real money too. It's real gambling.
Oh.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh, so it's real
It's
legit.
like a real online casino.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And so that's why, obviously, they said, no, we're not going to put this in the countries that are already complaining about loot boxes.
Gotcha.
Because this is, from my understanding, this is a real casino online just within Grand Theft Auto.
So you gotta actually put in your credit card and buy real money
and gamble for real money.
I guess they didn't want people with millions and millions of dollars coming in and just dropping it and messing up the economy of the casino, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, if it's real money that you're winning, they can't let you come in and do that anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't play with game money.
Or can they? I'm just saying on WoW you can. On WoW you can take... They have WoW tokens.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. But not within WoW. That's kind of an outside of WoW thing, isn't it?
I don't know.
Like, you're not really selling
on WoW
within a WoW market.
Like on WoW you make gold, and so used to they had the Chinese gold farmers, right? And they would sell gold. Yeah. So Blizzard's way of attacking that was they made these little WoW tokens that you can buy for $15. And it gives you X amount, whatever the auction house price value of gold in your account. Or, vice versa of that, you can use your real in-game gold to pay for a month of World of Warcraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But you buy it at market price. So what you do is you buy this token for, say I want gold. I buy this token at $15, and the WoW tokens right now is worth 200,000, for instance. Well, then I buy the token, I take the token in-game, put it in the auction house, and it automatically sets it at 200,000.
Okay.
At sell price. And then what happens is someone buys it on the auction house, right? Or sells it. And I get it. I get the gold, and they get the WoW token, which means they get a month free. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's like a token, yeah.
I'm skimming this real quick. It shows, the casino is there. But the features of being able to purchase money with real money is not there.
We just need to go check it out after the show. That's all.
Yeah, we're not one of the countries that are not there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not on the list. I could pop that up real quick, actually. Let me see here. If you guys are interested, we've got some listeners in other countries, and actually we got some listeners in countries that it's definitely going to be limited on. Some Middle Eastern countries and stuff like that. Let's see here.
Oh my goodness. Let's see.
Yep, here we go.
So it's going to give you the details.
Oh, just so you guys know, I was going to tell you, I'm not, how do you say this? I'm not giving legal advice. This is just an idea and an opinion from an individual, right? There are these things called VPNs, which is a virtual private network, which most people in the modern day in gaming know what that is. You can it might be possible to set up a VPN and play from a different region, which would then, if you're playing from a region that allows gambling,
then you
could probably gamble. Yeah. So just so you guys know, I don't recommend doing that. I would never recommend doing that, but it's probably something you could do if someone was recommending it to you. Okay, so list. There's a lot of them, countries that it's not available in, so I'm not going to read them all. I'm going to shout out a couple, okay? Afghanistan, Algeria, okay? Let's see. Bahamas.
I'm sure China's
which is
one
surprising.
of them.
Cambodia, yeah, obviously China, South Korea. Let's see here. Costa Rica, Cuba, surprising on some of these. Iran, Iraq, Israel, that's all expected. Jordan, expected. Libya, expected.
In European countries?
Pakistan, Paraguay. No, more Spanish countries. Oh, Poland, yeah.
Okay.
Portugal, let's see here. Yeah, Sudan, Syria, Thailand, Vietnam, Venezuela. So no, not really. I guess the UK and the old US of A is pretty safe.
We're all about spending our money on some gambling.
We like the gambling. Take our money.
Yeah. Thank you, Rockstar. Just another way to lose my money.
All right, last little news bit, guys. 'Cause not only because I'm running out of time, but I saved this one for last because you guys probably already know. But if you don't, there was a huge Fortnite World Cup event that happened. This is the solo finals, right? This is for the individuals. If you're not familiar with Fortnite, there's squad, right? And then there's solo, okay? The solo final winner is, I don't know his real name. I don't think they put it on here because they don't want people to know because he's 16 years old. But Bugha, which is his gamer name.
Bugha. Okay.
It's just Bugha, Bugha.
Okay.
Or it might be Bug HA or Bugha. Who knows?
So
how
he
you
won.
want to pronounce it.
He won the big prize, huh?
$3 million.
Wow.
$3 million at the ripe age of 16 years old.
Yeah. All because he plays a video game, guys.
Yep, and his parents have probably been telling him, "You are so addicted to that game, it's never going to amount to nothing. Why are you playing that game?" Probably told him that until he started making some money, and by now they're not surprised because if he just won $3 million, it's not the first time he's won some money, probably.
Yeah,
but
I would not.
That would be crazy if he did just come out of complete left field and nobody knew who he was in the pro circuit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's not what the article says, so I don't think that's the case. But yeah, he only won one of the games. They play a 6-game circuit, kind of like a World Series type setup. It's not 7 games, but and then whoever has the highest points at the end wins. He won the first game, but he did really well in all of the games. So his points, the point gap, let me put it this way, from 2nd place to 10th place, which even 10th place got $225,000, okay?
Okay.
And from 2nd place to 10th place, the point spread, right, was 9 points, from 24 to 33. That's how close everybody was. Really close. His is 59.
Was there any
He's
second place?
devastated.
Was there any second place prizes or anything, or no?
That's what I just told you. I said even 10th place got $225,000.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you said that part.
Yeah.
Second place didn't hear the money part.
Second place got $1,800,000.
Oh my gosh!
So he still got a lot of money. Third place $1,200,000. Fourth place $1 million. Fifth place $900,000. Then $600,000, $525,000, $375,000, $300,000.
That's that marketing stuff they've been doing for Avengers and Stranger Things. That's what that is right there. Woo!
Crazy.
Golly.
But yeah, so the point spread between him and the second place was nowhere close. They said all he had to do is not be like one of the first people to die in the last game, and he could have just did nothing and he would have won. So he beat him pretty good, put a little spanking on him. He won that $3 million fair and square.
Yeah, he did.
What did I say? I think it was, let me see here, how many people tuned in. I told you earlier. Let's see. I think it was 2 million, but I want to double check.
Yeah, you told me 2 million before the stream.
It was 2 million?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. 2 million people tuned into the live stream of the Fortnite Cup, which is pretty freaking crazy.
That's nuts.
It's a new era, people. Older people, over 45 or 50 years old in general, probably would go, "What do you mean?" Like, it's at that play. That's so far. Like, what do you mean? Yeah. What do you mean? People tuned in. They watched the guy play a video game,
Makes
on
no
TV,
sense.
and he won $3 million. I'm confused. They can't rep it. It's not like it can't be. It's like, no, I must be hearing you wrong. It's out of the realm of possibility.
What is wrong with these people?
Right.
Oh my gosh. Hey Ryan, you want to know a little bit more about your video game history?
Sure.
Okay, sweet.
In a world of Easter eggs and cheese, it's time for what they don't want you to know.
Alright guys, and we're back. I figured I'd mess with Ryan a little bit, and he liked it.
You know what? That's fine. I'll mess with you. You know how I'm going to do that?
How's that? You going to shut your webcam off there?
No, I'm going to eat this animal cookie while we're live.
You're not messing with me. You're messing with the listeners' ears. That's fine.
No, I think they're fine with it because they're dipped. So you probably couldn't even really hear the crunch. It was pretty silent.
Oh, okay. They're dipped. Okay. Dipped in what? Milk?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what else you can dip it in? Coffee? Like an old person?
Oh. Hey, coffee with the old school, what was that donut?
The donuts. Yeah, the cake donuts. Oh, yeah.
That's good. That is good. Well, guys, I'm just giving you a top 10 list I got this from mentalfloss.com. They had an article. It's a little bit of an older article, but I liked some of the information we got out of it, and I thought, hey, that'll be entertaining. Let's talk about it.
Hey, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you right now loud and mean because you cut me off at the end of the
Go ahead. Mean it.
I mean to tell you guys, half of my stories came from GameSpot, just so you know. GameSpot's real good for gaming news. If you need a place to check it out, we're not sponsored by them yet. Just letting you guys know they're good.
Yeah.
The other one is PC Gamer. If you haven't heard about PC Gamer, great news site. Stays really up to date.
Very good.
And that's where all my stories came from, except for the old kid winning the competition. So.
Okay. Sweet. We'll take that. Well, the name of this article, if you want to search it up on mentalfloss.com, it's 10 video game Easter eggs that took years to discover. You can search that in the Google search and find the article we're going through. If you don't feel like reading it, then you can just listen to me, and I'll give you some info on it. So the first game they have listed here is GoldenEye 007. Now, we all played this game back in 1997 is when it was released.
Remember how plain those maps were and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. It was so good, though.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, freaking 3D, bro.
Yep.
Freaking 3D.
I love shooting dudes in their cojones and laughing because they would
gosh.
react to it. I thought that was amazing. You know, every little kid did that, every little boy. But the game released in 1997. Guys, it took 15 years for this Easter egg to be uncovered. It was uncovered by a computer engineer by the name of Spawn Diddley. He was looking through the game's code, and he found a fully functional emulator that had 10 playable games on it. For the ZX Spectrum system, which was the UK's version of the Commodore 64. Now you can play games like Lunar Jetman, Gunfight, and Night Lore inside of GoldenEye 007.
Nice.
So this was something that the company that made the game, I believe it was Rare, was the name of the company. It was just something they had in there. They were testing other games with this engine, and so they just had that emulator in there to try the other games. Didn't really mean for it to stay in there, and so they just patched it before they released the game. And this guy figured out how to repatch it and hacked into it and got the game.
It's kind of like a sneakster egg then.
A sneakster egg, yeah. Next one is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This game came out in 91. In 1990, Nintendo Power hosted a contest where one of its readers' names would appear in the SNES video game. A reader by the name of Chris Houlihan won the contest, and the programmers named a secret room after him. Well, it took 10 years, guys, 10 years until gamers started to pick apart the game's code in 2002. Gamers can find the room using the Pegasus boots in a series of dashes from the sanctuary to the sewer passageways entrance. If done correctly, the secret room will reveal itself. Once you're inside, if you're that kid, if
I won that thing and you put it in some secret room that nobody found for 15 years or whatever it is, that's not really much of a prize, Nintendo. You guys kind of ripped that kid off. That's messed up. He's like, man, I never even found my room, man.
He may not even know if he didn't read this article or wasn't keeping up with games by now.
He wouldn't even know. They never put it in there.
They ruined games for him forever.
That's horrible.
Anyway, you'll find the room. The name of the room is his name. And you will find 45 blue rupees. Yeah.
Yep.
The next one is Donkey Kong from 1983, guys. We talked about Donkey Kong.
The old Donkey Kong.
Some of the quizzes, we found out that Mario is a carpenter and not a plumber in the game.
Yep.
And how would you know? I don't know. But finding out some more information, a video game developer left his initials in the game. Landon Dyer put his initials in the port of Donkey Kong that went to the arcade Atari 400/800 home console. After finishing more than 25,000 lines of assembly code, he put his initials in there as LMD deep inside the game.
Nice.
It remained undiscovered until an engineer named Don Hodges figured out how to unlock the Easter egg 26 years later.
Really?
The year, guys, was 2009. Okay?
Whoa.
The first you have to set the high score between 33,000 and 33,900 points. Then you have to kill off your remaining lives, but save the last life to be killed off by falling off a really high girder. Afterwards, press the option button 3 times to set the game's difficulty level to 4. This will unlock the game's credit page and the programmer's initials, LMD.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's ever going to figure that out. So you had someone goes in and reads the code for the game, sees that, and then says, "Oh, how do we get there?" They're not accidentally doing that.
Right.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
That is nuts.
Oh.
This guy's claim to fame. He was just pumped, bro. It's been like 42 years nobody's found that LMD.
Yep.
And it's like, we're doing it live.
You know that's why I did it.
Sense.
I'm going to get them back. I'm going to put this in. They don't even know I'm putting it in. Make me do 25,000 lines of code. I'll show them.
Yep.
Now you're
all
caught,
of a sudden
bro.
He gets sued and he owes them like $6 million because it was in his contract not to do something.
It built
like
up
that.
over the years, too. It was like,
whoa.
Wow. The next one, number 4, guys, is Wave Race Blue Storm. Came out in 2001.
Blue Storm. I do not remember that game.
It was a jet ski game on the Nintendo's GameCube.
Oh.
Do you remember it now?
You just made me think of a game that but you made me remember another jet ski game that I loved called Jet Moto.
Jet Moto.
Remember that game?
I do remember that game.
Yes, freaking sweet PlayStation game.
Yeah. So the game, it took gamers 10 years to discover this Easter egg hidden deep within the audio settings. Once unlocked, the normally upbeat and enthusiastic announcer will be replaced with a bored and sarcastic one.
Really?
So,
that's cool.
So here's how you do it. You go to the audio settings. You tap Z until the waveform on the page looks like a rising fog. Then you use the D-pad to type in up, down, left, right, A, X, and Z. You'll then hear an audio cue if you enter the code incorrectly. Start a race and pick the first racer to hear the voice of the new announcer.
That's the good old code stuff right there. I like the old, you remember you used to put that in, you get
like magazines
big
and stuff.
Mode.
Yep. Yeah. In GoldenEye,
unlock like God mode and stuff like that. Yeah,
that stuff was super fun.
Nintendo used to have you could get like a little magazine from Nintendo that would have all the codes in it.
Well, remember you get the Game Shark. Remember you buy the old Game Shark?
That's what it was,
cassettes?
Game Shark.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
You get the old Game Shark, and you plug in the cassette to it, and it would search up all the codes for that game while you're in there, and then you could just you could just play with all the different codes within the game. And
Game Shark.
Oh, good stuff. The next one on the list, guys, is Super Mario Smash Brothers from 2011. 7 years after the game was released for the GameCube, an Easter egg was discovered to unlock the game's final boss, Master Hand, a playable character. The player has to perform a very elaborate combination of inserting controllers and some well-timed button pushing, but the end result will have you dominating every character in the game.
Really?
So how you unlock it, you connect a controller in the port into port 3 of the GameCube. Then you go to the character selection screen in the game. Select an opponent, then select your character as a human. Instead of selecting a character, clear all the names in the list except one. Now position your cursor on the entry box to select a name, but instead press A and B at the same time. Continue holding B, but let go of A for a split second, and then press A again, the exact same time the character selection screen exits. If done correctly, the game will take you to a setting location screen where you can now pick any location to play as Master Hand.
Hey, that sounds like one of those. There were some stuff that used to come out back in the day, and you didn't have the internet the way it is now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people would put out, what did they call that? So you remember the other thing just now, but they used to call it, not spoofs, but basically it'd be like fake Easter egg. fake codes,
Mm-hmm.
and they would propagate that, and it wasn't as easy to get stuff propagated like it is nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd be trying that, and there's no way to know, like, is it really real or not? Like, you couldn't just look it up. Is this fake? Is this a scam? You'd sit there for an hour thinking, no, I know I'm hitting it at exactly the right time, exactly when it says to do it. Nothing's happening. It's not real. And then sometimes they were, and you just sucked, and you couldn't quite get it. And some other friend would get it, and just boom, it's perfect, and you want to punch them in the mouth. And sometimes they weren't even real. You just wasted an hour just trying to put in some code that somebody made up and put out there and act like it was something cool. Yeah. Happened all the time.
Yep. And then you had, I remember on the old wrestling games, you could like unlock stuff, and they had one where it was like, they had some secret code where you put it in, and the chick wouldn't be wearing any clothes or whatever. It would be all blurred out, you know. So for whatever reason, the game people put that in there, or they'd have where it would like show up like Terminator. Somehow they put in a code for Terminator.
That's cool.
So, but it was something that wasn't even in the regular game code. You had to do something to actually make it happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah, good times. Number 6 on the list, guys, is Batman: Arkham City.
It's a newer game.
Back in 2011. So the game developer Rocksteady Studios included a secret message inside of Batman: Arkham City, which was from the Calendar Man. The Easter egg remained hidden for 3 years until Rocksteady released how to unlock it on YouTube in 2004. Yeah.
So nobody figured it out. They just had to tell you.
Yeah. So if you set your Xbox 360, PS3, or PC's clock to the date December 13th, 2004, Calendar Man will give a monologue about being there from the beginning and will warn you that the end of days is coming. The special date in 2004 is when Rocksteady Studios was established.
That's cool.
So that's kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. The next one is Punch-Out from 1987, guys.
Oh, yeah. I remember some Punch-Out.
I think everybody played some Punch-Out. This was actually something we discovered from Nintendo's president Satoru Iwata. He revealed a visual cue in Punch-Out to knock out Bald Bull. You guys remember Bald Bull? He's the piece of crap that used to get up into the top of the ring and then charge you, and you had to hit him in the abdomen. If you didn't, he'd knock you out. Anyway, this is during the first fight. When a camera flashes on the right side of the first row in the crowd, that's the exact moment to throw the knockout blow. Iwata revealed the Easter egg 22 years after the boxing game was released. Earlier this year, earlier in 2016, a similar Easter egg was also revealed that clued gamers in how to knock out Piston Hondas during the first World Circuit bout. When the bearded man on the left side of the first row ducks down, that's the exact moment to throw a punch to knock out the Japanese boxer. Wow. So I didn't know they were throwing little cues in the crowd. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's real cool because there's people that accidentally got the knockout. You're like, what the freak? How'd you just knock him out like that? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Never do it again.
Yep. But
That's
there's
cool.
visual cues in the background to let you know. I mean, who knew, man? Final Fantasy IX back in 2000. They have one. Gamers will go into the original PlayStation in the year 2000. Gamers have unlocked most of the secrets and quests contained in Final Fantasy IX. However, there's one final side quest that was discovered 13 years after its release. The secret quest involved Nero brothers teaching Zidane how to gamble. Gamers had to track down and encounter all three brothers throughout the game on Disc 4, only to receive a Protect Ring once the side quest was completed. Golly. So you had to go all the way to Disc 4. Think of that, guys. We get pissed about loading screens and things now. Think about Disc 4, guys.
Yep.
Remember those days? Please put in Disc 3. It's like, what?
That's crazy.
Splinter Cell Double Agent had one. Hardcore fans often find Easter eggs in video games within weeks of the release. Sometimes it's harder as well. And in Splinter Cell Double Agent, it was released in 2006. But this Easter egg remained hidden until Ubisoft released how to unlock a special Baby Seal rescue mission in 2010. The secret side mission must be found in co-op mode and involves an elaborate series of finding coins in the right order to use in the various vending machines to rescue 5 seals wearing party hats with the names Muffin, Pepperoni, Vanilla, Cookie, and Buddy. We played that game quite a bit, Ryan.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one.
And then the last one, guys, is Halo 3. It was released in 2000, and there's a special message in the game from developer Adrian Perez to his wife. It wasn't discovered until 7 years later. A Halo modder, Lord Zed, found the secret after a game engineer revealed there was only one more Easter egg that remained hidden during a Q&A back in 2012. So if you press down with both thumbsticks during the game's loading screen on December 25th, it will reveal a wider look at the Halo ring with the message, "Happy Birthday, Lauren," inscribed on it. The Easter egg
so the article doesn't say how. When the guy announced that there was one more to be found, right?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't say that he told you how, so he just let people know there's something else.
Yeah. And so this guy went back
dirty.
went back and researched it. And so that's how you do it. And so if you do it, it's a happy birthday message to the developer's wife. And it's only available when the clock is on December 25th. So, or if Xbox 360, Xbox. So you either have to go in, you can go in and set the internal date too, like on 360 and Xbox One. That kind of stuff. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's all the Easter eggs though. Some old ones, some newer ones, some with codes, some you just find. I want to go back and play Punch Out now.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be fun. You have Punch Out, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do. Yep. And Hunter was talking smack about you, by the way, in the chat. He hopped in.
I saw that. That's what I laughed about randomly.
Okay.
Like, people knew what I was reading, but they didn't. And I was like, well, oh well.
Oh, my goodness.
I also had a drip of snot. Anybody who was watching live, like some little kid, I felt it run out of my nose. I don't even have anything to wipe with, so I just had to...
You're not even playing Blair Witch, bro, and you're already getting nasal drip?
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Hopefully you guys didn't see that on live. That's gross, but forgive me if you did.
I hope they did. Gross. Anyway.
Clint will make that like a little poster for this episode.
A little meme.
Just drip coming down.
Meme of the week.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap up the show. That's going to wrap up the news, the excitement that we bring you every week. You know.
Oh yeah. I really liked. I like the we've done the Easter eggs in the competition, but I think even introducing some of these little lists like that, I like that. I like that article.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you to mental whatchamacallsit.com. There you go. Mm-hmm. Put my credits on the show. Anyway, well, guys, hopefully next week we'll have Hunter back. I'm gonna check with him later in the week. We'll see. Yes. But we've got more fun stuff planned for you as Gamescom gets closer. We'll definitely have news for that. You know, BlizzCon's coming out in November, I think, sometime early November. Later this month, I plan on going out to MiracleCon in Oklahoma City. We're going to go do some...
I hope I can go with you.
Yeah.
But I'm remodeling, so we'll see. That sounds fun.
I understand. I think Hunter's going to try to go, but we're going to go out there. It's a fundraiser for cancer, and so you go out there, you pay for the gate, you pay for the ticket to get in the gate. They got games, tournaments, game vendors. So we're just going to go out there, have some fun, tell people about the Delirious Dads community and how awesome you guys are, you know, and just get involved, man. It's going to be fun.
Hey, I got to tell you guys, someone look this up, let us know next time. I was in Walmart. We live in the Tulsa area, right? And we, you know, outside of Tulsa, but Tulsa area. Mm-hmm. And I was in the Walmart at 68th and Memorial, which is probably the biggest main super Walmart in Tulsa. Mm-hmm. And it's right by our biggest mall. And I was in there, and in the front of the super Walmart, you know how they have like little booths for like crystal gel nail, get your nail done here, right? They got that place, and they got sometimes tax place and different things like that, right? Well, they had a deal up top, and it said Esports Arena, trademark.
Really?
Yep, and it was closed. And I looked inside, and it looked like a freaking tournament arena
Oh.
inside Walmart. It was pretty cool. I'm going to have to check out and see what it is.
Yeah, they probably just rented that space out. Heck yeah, dude.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome. I'm like, can I rent that computer, please?
Yeah.
I just want to play. That's cool.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I know
Yeah.
Clint already spieled you on that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting us. I do want to remind you guys of one thing. Anybody who's listening, and we need to remind you guys every episode, any new listeners, or those of you who listen on like Google Play, or you listen on Podbeam, or some of you listen direct from the website, thank you for doing that. But I really want to ask you guys, please download iTunes, even if you don't like to use it. Download iTunes and give us a review on there.
Yeah.
Sadly, I say sadly because I'm not an Apple guy, but sadly, iTunes is the best way for us to grow. And so if you give us a review on iTunes, it's the highest chance of us getting to new people, growing and expanding. And so if you like our content, you like our show, please jump on iTunes and give us a review. Hopefully 5 stars.
And if you have anybody in your friends list on Facebook that you think is an avid gamer or a gamer enthusiast or just a dad or a person that likes gaming and maybe they're casual still, send them an invite to the page. Let them know about us. We would love to have more interaction, more gamers involved. You know, we're here for all walks of life. So, but yeah, we appreciate everything, guys. So stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
And stay gaming. This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time.